Every time you're denied something good, you're being redirected to something better. The harder the past, the brighter the future. The people who say you can't and won't are often the ones who are afraid you will. Some of the best moments of your life haven't even happened yet. When you drive in the dark, you can only see as far as your headlights shine, but you can complete the entire journey. The past shows what you've done. The future will show what you've learned. It's not hard, it's just new. Life is like a piano. The white keys represent happiness and the black keys show sadness. Don't compare yourself to others. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine when it's their time. Sometimes, when you're in a dark place, you think you've been buried, but actually, you've been planted. Things will work out when you least expect them. Life has a funny way of surprising us when we stop searching. If you lack ability, opportunity will never come to you. The miracle you're looking for lies in the work you're avoiding. When you wake up in the morning, remember the promises you made to yourself at night. Stop thinking you're doing everything wrong. Your path is different from everyone else's. Once you realize your worth, you'll be amazed at what you used to settle for. Just because things could have been different doesn't mean they would have been better. Comparison is the thief of joy. Focus on your own path, not someone else's. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Most of the things you worry about will never happen. You attract what you are. If you want to attract better things, become better. Don't regret the past. At that time, you did your best. Don't leave someone to teach them a lesson. Leave because you've learned the lesson. Our anxiety doesn't come from thinking about the future, but from wanting to control it. Whether it's machines, houses, or relationships, maintenance is always cheaper than repair. Everyone in your life is a teacher. Some bring lessons, others teach you what to avoid. You are always one decision away from a totally different life. Life is like an elevator. On the way up, sometimes you have to stop and let some people off. Never say maybe when you want to say no. Ego isn't a bad thing, and sometimes we need it to achieve goals and feel alive. However, ego is just a tool. It shouldn't control us. It's not what you say out loud that determines your life, but what you whisper to yourself that holds the most power. If you went back in time and fixed your past mistakes, you would erase yourself. Realizing you're not where you want to be is the starting point for changing your life. If people treat you as an option, leave them as a choice. Don't look back. You're not going that way. The hardest part is at the beginning of the journey. Rockets use 90% of their fuel during takeoff. Today is the oldest you've ever been and the youngest you'll ever be again. Your future self is watching you through your memories. One day, when it's all fine, you'll look back and be proud you didn't give up. If it scares you, you're probably doing it right. The biggest lie you've told yourself is that you're not ready. More important than the ability to pick the right person is the strength to walk away from the wrong one. If you look what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have, you'll never have enough. Good decisions come from experience. Experience comes from making bad decisions. Be careful who you trust. Salt and sugar look the same. Life's challenges aren't meant to paralyze you, but to help you discover who you are. Stop telling everyone everything. Most people don't care, and some secretly want you to fail. Hard times may have held you back, but they won't last forever. When it's all said and done, you will rise. The fears you don't face will become your limits. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. Close some doors today, not because of pride, incapacity, or arrogance, but simply because they lead you nowhere. If you don't separate yourself from your distractions will separate you from your goals. Stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it. The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. Lower your expectations. Having high expectations of yourself and others is a recipe for chronic dissatisfaction in life. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Don't wait to reach your goal to be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself every step you take. If you don't let go of the wrong people, you'll never meet the right people. Not everything in this world should be your problem. Some things are simply none of your business. Focus on the issues that affect you directly. You will be much happier that way. Winners have lost more times than the losers have tried. You don't need more time. You need fewer distractions. Life becomes easier when you learn to accept the apology you never got. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. There are two ways to do things, right and again. If you need more than one hand to count your best friends, you're not a great best friend. The single most powerful element of youth is that you don't have the life experiences to know what can't be done. You will look back at your life with much more regret for the things that you didn't do than for the things that you did. Change is never painful. Only resistance to change is painful. Fear is just excitement in need of an attitude adjustment. If they don't have what you want, don't listen to what they say. There's no greater waste of time than justifying your actions to people who have a life you don't want. People only saw the decisions you made, not the choices you had. Some things have to end in order for better things to begin. You will remain the same until the pain of remaining the same is greater than the pain of change. Memories are always special. Sometimes we laugh by remembering the days we cried, and sometimes we cry by remembering the days we laughed. Why is happiness so elusive? Because you look for it in the future instead of in the present. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. The unhappiest people in this world are those who care the most about what other people think. A failure is not always a mistake. It may simply be the best one can do under the circumstances. The real mistake is to stop trying. Just because you are going through hell right now doesn't mean you will never smile again. Pain is purely temporary. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. A ball doesn't bounce until it hits the bottom. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Trust wisely and not blindly. People want you to succeed, but not more than themselves. Rule your life with your mind, not with your feelings. Every bad decision we have made in life had more emotion in it than mind. You'll never be sorry for telling someone you love them. Do it before it's too late. Your heart will tell you where to go. Your head will guide you there safely. Use one without the other, and you'll get lost. Just because you hate this chapter doesn't mean you'll hate the book. Life can only be understood backward, but it must be lived forwards. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. If people took back the pain they caused you, you'd lose the strength you gained. Most people stay in the same place for a reason. The things they hold dear are the anchors that hold them in place. You can't always have a good day, but you can always face a bad day with a good attitude. Clocks show time and time shows people. In the end, everything will be okay. If it's not okay, it's not yet the end. There is only one thing more painful than learning from experience, and that is not learning from experience. Adversity introduces a man to himself.